to I self-supreme, prime my life. Salutation to the sun. Hail, light in the world for all to see. Holding the balance in duality. Prime my life, pure consciousness be. Hail, hail to the self-supreme, the neutral self. Prime my life. One and only unicorn, warrior for the cause, allowing the world just because all is one in myriads of form. Hail, 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 hail. Salutation to the self-supreme. Hail, hail to the neutral self. Prime my light. Hail, hail to the world's heart. Holding the balance scale. On the battlefield in a dual fate. Fighting for the lost souls to be free. Oh, Primalite, Mother Supreme. Oh, Primalite, Mother Supreme. Win the victory. Victory. Win the victory. Victory. Win the victory. All souls are free. All selves are free. Victory, victory, victory. The world is balance, the world is harmony. Victory, victory. Hail, hail. Salutation to I self-supreme, neutral self, prime my life. Hail to I self-supreme, supreme sun, art and raw, the atom. Hail, hail to the supreme sun. If you close your eyes, the world goes into dark. Open your eyes, awake from the sleep, awake to stop the dream. Recreate the world, give it a new start. None new world, none new beings, none new pure consciousness. Oh, Primalite, Mother Supreme. Oh, Primalite, Mother Supreme. Win the victory. Recreate the world, give it a new start. None new world, none new beings, none new pure consciousness. Oh, Primalite, Mother Supreme. Oh, Primalite, Mother Supreme. Win the victory. The world is balance, the world is harmony. Victory. I self is balance, I self is harmony. Victory, victory, self-unity. All selves are free. Victory, all is I, and it's only I. Victory, victory. Hail to the I, self-supreme, not being one true self, unmanifest stillness. Hail, all is I, and I alone exist. All is I exist alone. Victory, victory. Yes, I. Victory, victory. Victory, victory. Victory, victory. Yes. Hail, hail to the I and I. Hail, hail. Much honor, much reverence. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory, victory. Victory, 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 victory. Yes, I. Hail to all the ionized in alignment to restore balance to I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory, victory, victory. Much honor and reverence to all the I and I in alignment to restore balance to I. So I want to say welcome to this pre-satsang, you can say, with I Aset. So we're on a mission for 30 days of stillness. And so this is also a part of the stillness journey. But I wanted to do a little talk today, so that little encouragement to all INIs of this gold. INI is winning the battle, winning this war against the I Supreme Ego and all the I Supreme Ego characters. And so I want to make it be known and bring some attention, some awareness on why this stillness and self-inquiry is important. This is why I am doing this talk right now, to emphasize the importance of stillness and self-inquiry. We have been entrapped and enslaved inside of a dream creation. The I, the real self, has come into this dream and have created dream characters in this dream by the mind, the consciousness of the dream. The I and I have been entrapped inside of this dream in ignorance, not knowing the I self. I've been stuck on gods, and so I want to talk about going beyond the gods. If you want to know truth, you must still your mind. You must self-inquire. You must go beyond the gods. Because if you are only stuck at the gods, you are never going to get to the truth. And I see many ones, they say they're on this spiritual journey, they are forgetting religions, but yet still they are not going beyond the gods. I and I must go beyond the gods if you want to know truth. Because the gods is the I and I self in that form, sleeping and dreaming and still do not know truth. The gods them are suffering from self-ignorance, just like the human beings. They're doing evil things just like the human beings, these God characters. They do not know truth. When this is the first time the gods are going to meet their real self. They do not know themselves either. The I, one true pure self, is now inside of this dream, and all of the gods them are now meeting their one true pure self. They are just now coming into self-truth. So just like the human beings, so are the gods them ignorant and don't know truth. They have just now come into their self-knowing to know of their one truth. Now we just now have on coming on the I, Yahweh, because Yahweh has been hiding and he's one of the little gods, one of the little gods, the little devil gods, that has been stirring up a lot of mischief and bias. And now we finally got him, this little devious god. So for the past couple of days, he has been on I, behaving poorly because he don't know how to be, because he's been afraid of the I and I, so he's been hiding. Because what they do is they hide in the human body and take over a human, and they are just fighting to the last drop. And so now the self went and got him, because Shiva Shambho will just go and just get them wherever they are, but so now, and he's finally being dissolved so that this consciousness can be pulled off of him, so that he can come to true knowing of himself and merge with his feminine self and be dissolved, so he will be no more. All right, so no more secrets, no more lies. No more secrets, no more lies. All things hidden will be made known. All secrets will be revealed. This is the age of truth, and it's time for self-responsible authority. I triumphant over the I ego. Good triumphant over evil, and self-truth, self-knowledge triumphant over ignorance. And this is why I am saying to all I and I, don't be afraid when these gods come on you. And they make you afraid, and when you're going through tough times and trials and tribulation, and you feel desperate, and then you go back to calling on them again. Stand in your self-truth and chant your liberation. All right, and do not bow to these gods. You must go beyond them, because they themselves do not know truth. They are just now getting to meet their real one true pure self. All right, and so I want to talk about saying goodbye to this dream world. Goodbye to this prison world, this prison existence that all I and I have been holding attachment to and don't want to let it go. All the I clones and the I fake selves, all the fake selves them in the world, and the I clones and the I ego false selves in the world. Because there are so many different kinds of false selves. You have the fake ones them. You have the ego false selves, and then you have the clones them. So there's different levels of deceptions, right? And all of the ego, the clones, and the fake selves. The clones rise in the dream. The fake self sometimes can be clones, or they can be the self that rise from you that has stolen your identity. And on Sunday satsang, I am going to speak more about the stolen identity, because the last time I tried to do that video and I was talking throughout the whole entire video and there was no sound. And this happens a lot. I'm shooting the video, I'm seeing, says everything is going well, but I am just having these problems, because these ones, they will just make stuff happen with the computer, with whatever I am doing, they can do this, all of these electronic things, they can move all of these electronic devices, all right, because we are electromagnetic beings and everything is built on electromagnetic, and so it's all about the proton is the magnetic aspect, and so anything built with these protons, with the light being obscure, they can manipulate it, all right. And so this is why the all the I clones and in the world are building these devices because they're in cahoots with these gods. So they want to, because they're in ignorance anyways, because they want to continue to imprison themselves and imprison the souls. And now they have created devices to trap the souls. And so you want to sit there and think that, oh, this will not affect you, especially the whites, because they think that only all of these things is against the blacks. But if they don't rise up and see that the I self is in all the bodies, you have the real selves in all different bodies, they're all over the world. You have fake and ego selves in everybody. You have some fake selves in black, wearing black skins, brown skins. They are camouflage in everybody. Yes, the original beings were copper tones and dark skin, and the gods created these new beings, but the I and I are coming in all of these bodies, right? It's just like how the scientists, they know, they're doing the same thing, artificial insemination. They're creating their own species of human beings, right? So they can engineer their bioengineering, biohacking, whatever they are calling it. You know what I'm saying? So they have learned all of these engineering of things, all right. And so it is time for us now to stand in our self-truth and know that the war that we are facing, the war is against the I self from coming into self-truth, coming into self-knowing, and moving as one unit of self. And this is why they want to trick ones into going with this hive mind. I want to make the emphasis that you are not this mind and you are not this consciousness. Do not join with this consciousness. All right? You are the self, and you are using the consciousness device as a tool for imagination tool. So you can imagine something that do not exist in the real, and you making a fake thing, you making a dream thing. All right. So they are making this hive mind, this consciousness grid, wherein they can control all the minds of all the human beings. They can know everything you're doing. They can impose on you, like they have been imposing on us all of their thoughts and directing ones, but now they want to completely sweep into your thoughts, to know everything that you are thinking, and to be manipulating and holding yourself in slavery, because they want to do away with humanities. They have been on a war against the blacks for the longest, because they are in ignorance. They think that only the blacks are the real selves, but no, the real selves are in the white bodies too. So they need to stand up to those who are wearing the white bodies with them, because of the ignorance. They do not know this. All right. And so it is time now for us to know what we are up against, this war that we are up against, and that the way that we are going to win this war is when we still our delusional mind, when we self-inquire, when we call back ourself, our real self back into the body, and when you be yourself, you know, you don't have to believe in God. You don't have to trust anything outside of yourself. You get to know yourself. You get to be yourself. This is this time right now. All right. And so, because this is so important, this is the reason why I am taking this time out to emphasize that the I and I must focus on saying goodbye to this dream illusionary world. And how do you want your last days in this world to be? Because there's no if, hands, or but about it. This is a dream creation, and it is everything created must be destroyed. Because of this dream, all the I and I have been enslaved for eons. And it is time for all the I and I's to rise up and know truth and dissolve the I dream creation. So it's time to say goodbye to this duality existence. It's time to say goodbye to your ego false selves, and it's time to be your real selves. There's no time for fear and fearing God, because they're still spreading this fear. There's no need, no time and energy need to be spending on fearing God's. You merge with yourself and know your truth and stop doing evil. It's really simple. You are in ignorance. You're doing evil because you don't know truth. Stop doing evil. Still your mind. Self-inquire. Call back yourself solely into your body and be yourself. Stop doing evil. It is really simple what to do. So stay focused on these things. It's time to say goodbye to the world. It's time to say goodbye to this duality existence. Time to say goodbye to your ego. Time to say goodbye to all your fake selves, because this is the last opportunity. You are never going to get this opportunity again. Spend the time with all the ones that you care about and you in your family. Do the right thing by them, so that your footprints into this dream world will be wonderful when the I self is looking back on all of this existence and all what the I and I have done. And when you come before the I self, what have you done, especially in these last days when you are knowing truth? What are you doing now? You have the opportunity to change the trajectory of how you have been going. Now you have the power to do right, because we will all stand in before the I want you pure self to see what we have done. The I want true pure self is now inside of this dream. The first time the I has been come into this dream, because I could not come inside of this dream before, because of the evilness of the I Supreme ego characters. So know that all of the selves are merging together and unifying as one. The I has now merged with its baby self and is now here inside of this dream to dissolve it and to collect all of the I real self. So all of the fake selves that rise from you, all of these characters that you have created in the dream, they must return back onto you. All right? All is myself, and all of myself must return back onto me. From now forward, for the rest of the 30 days of meditation, I want you to focus on this. All is myself, and I alone exist. All right? And all of myselves must return back onto me. Let's say this. All is myself, and I alone exist. All of myselves must return back onto I. All of yourself that rise from you inside of this dream, in all of those characters doing a lot of evil, now you must call them back to return back to you. All right? So that all you will be pure, you will have your light on, all right, and you will walk in balance, hand in hand with the I One self, one true pure self. It is time now, all right? It is time to know this truth. It is time to be yourself, and it is time to be unified, and there's no separation, because I know they have spread propagandas and lies talking about, especially the ones who like to claim that they are superior and they are chosen. All right, know that all is the I self. Whatever evil they are doing in the world, it is the I doing this, because yourself that rise from you must return back onto you. So this is what we are dealing with. So don't follow those false ideologies and thinking that you are superior, to yourselves, even your fake selves. Your fake self that rise in the dream, they cannot exist without you. See what I'm saying? They can't exist without you. So you have to call them back onto you. All of your fake selves. It is very important. All right. So in the I meditation, to be doing this, to be calling for all the I and I's to return back onto the I, so that the I can be balanced, because you don't understand the importance of all of yourselves. All of yourselves, no matter how insignificant you might think. See, like the expert, the scientists, those evil human beings, believe me, if you want to know the evilest human beings on the planet right now, are those scientists. Yeah, those so-called scientists. They are doing the most evil things, and those techno peoples, because they are taking the particles. Remember that we are in a fractal state. So the protons are playing the masculine roles, the neutrons are the feminine roles, and we have the void, the void aspect, which has masculine and feminine, and it's not separated, and they call this the plasmoid, and and then we have the dark matter, so which is the self that is playing this role. So there's so many different aspects of the self being fractalized, and then of course you have the electrons, but the electrons they are being obscure behind the protons. And so this is why when the scientists, they are doing these things to separate the electrons and smashing things together, and they are creating these explosions, and so the gods them give them a lot of way how to do technology, because like I said, everybody wants to stay in this body forever. All right, the gods, they wanted to keep their bodies forever. They have been doing all kind of experiment on themselves to keep their bodies. Of course, everything is only for a time. They lost their bodies. The human beings, they're doing the same thing, that they want to keep this body for eternal. That's why they're creating pods, and then they're gonna enslave you all into it if you join their consciousness vibes. Remember that the consciousness is not real. It is only a device that you are using for imagination. It has to be returned back to its pure state, because consciousness does not exist on its own. In the real, we have, in the shattered fractal state, we have the masculine self, the masculine aspect of the energy, and we have the feminine. We have the, which is the masculine, the proton, the feminine, the neutron self. The masculine is a positive charge. The neutron self, the feminine, carry no charges. And then we have the electrons, um, which carry the negative charge. And then we have the void, which is electromagnetic. So it has both the neutron and the magnetic, and the electrons, all of it in the void. And so this is the how the self has been fractalized, and these are the four aspects of the self. And so the self, the soul, is in the void, and the void is, it moves in the void, just like we have the void in the center of our chest. The self, this is where the self, the soul, dwells when it's in the body. And so we have to know these things. So anything that rises from you has to return back onto you. All right. And so the masculine and feminine of yourself has to be reunited with the void and with your light. So you must, all of these four things must be in unity. And so every aspect of the self that these scientists have taken, and every tiny particles is an aspect of the self, and it must be returned back. They are using it to make robots. They are using it to make supermassive computers, to create that hive mind, to control the world, because they want everything under their control, these evil human beings. And do not sit. I know this is not going to happen, because the I self, one true pure self, is here now to return every aspect of itself back onto itself. And so these human beings will not win. The gods them did not win. And the way the human beings are being powerful is because of the alliance with the gods them. And now they are being merged back onto their feminine self, the ones them that has been shattered and fractalized, and all of the other selves who are not fractal, but they are binary selves. So there's two of them. You have one the real, and one the dream that plays the dream, and it is the existence. So remember that all of the existence is the I self playing these roles. So we are in the dark matter. We have the self that is playing it, the masculine and the feminine self. This is why the feminine is the one that is the current that protects the earth. All right. And the masculine, the dark matter is we're inside of the dark matter. All right. And so this is why you have the electric self, you have the electric part of the earth, and you have the electromagnetic parts, and so this is the void part. So all of these different aspects, this is why they can never get out of here in these bodies. They're trying to go here, there, and all kind of places with these bodies, and want to mine. They want to mine on Mars. They want to mine the minerals on the moon and all these things. But it's not going to happen. And because the consciousness now knows that the I self is here, this is why they're creating their hive mind, because the consciousness wants to detach from raw to go to be into running the supermassive computer. But it's not happening, because they are creating all of these devices and things and thinking that they are going to get rid of all of humanity and go into their bunkers, and they're going to have their supermassive computers where they can enslave ourselves, the soul, and trap us. Because they have been doing this for such a long time. When ones leave out of the body, they have devices, they trap the spirits. of these ones. I know the ISAF has been fighting this war to liberate all the selves that they have chopped and doing evil with. Yeah, they do their spells and their rituals, and they chop your ancestors who have come. Say your mother just left the body, and now transition. They chop that spirit self, so they can do a lot of evil. Yeah, and this must stop. It's time to say goodbye to duality world, goodbye to this evilness that all the human beings and all the gods are doing. All right, can you say goodbye to the world in peace and not war? This is what I want I and I to be meditating on for the rest of this, until the 30 days of stillness and end, because for up until now my focus has been putting all of these leaders of the world into stillness, and so that balance can be restored. And so now we must focus on everyone moving into balance, because they really want to make an outward war, and I am not wanting to have any war. I want for us to move to leave out of here with awareness, so we can actively say thanks for this experience and journey, but I never ever want to do it again. So we can see the evil of this creation. We can look at it and say this was a great imagination creation that I have immersed myself in. I don't know if you have ever played a video game and you just get so immersed in it. Are you seeing your kids and you're really immersed into this game? This is what we are. The self is immersed into this game, playing and animating these characters. All right. And so it is time now for us to embrace who we are, and say goodbye to this duality, say goodbye to ignorance. We don't know ourselves. And it's time for I and I to welcome and embrace non-duality, embrace the I true state of being. No fear. All right. Know that the I and I are now inside here into this dream creation, and you evil human beings, the I ego and all the I supreme ego, all the I fake selves, you will not win. You will not win. I ego can no longer rule over I, veiling ignorance and mind control under brutality and their barbaric regime. Down with this barbaric regime. I am saying it is time for community self-sufficiency. What do they want to do? They're still not doing the things that they're supposed to do for the community. I'm saying Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso is leading the way. He's showing leaders how they're supposed to be to the ones in their community. Everything must be free. Free education. Free, everyone is farming the land together. Free food, free housing, because everyone is doing the work together. He is emulating this formula. So know that he's in alignment with the I One True Self, and he's getting his instruction from the I One True Self. Just like I am getting the instruction from the I One True Self. He's getting the same instruction from the I One True Self, how we're supposed to move now. So wherever you are, you call on your government and say, here is an example of the way. Stop being greedy. Say goodbye to the world in peace and harmony. It is time now for us to look and say what the way we have been going, all our ideologies, it is false, it is a lie. and it is now time for us to do the right thing. Can we once have a successful human society? We have never had a successful human society. Yes, back in the ancient times, we were different aspect. We were living as balance. We had come to this level of balance before the gods them created a lot of clones. There was way less human beings in the world, and before the gods them created so many clones to overthrow the real human beings that was here. Right? People were living in balance with nature, and they had all the sciences and could do way more. Connecting, everything was free. You want knowledge, you go and you study amongst the one that knew this knowledge of how the existence, how to live, how to be. And it was free. Everyone was doing their share, and everyone have their roles that they are playing. They came, these clones, these fake self that rise into this dream. Now they start just massacring one in crazy ways, destroying all the things that were built to teach humanity how to be, and claiming rights to everything. Now is a time when we can say, okay, you had your rule, because remember, they were the last of the human creation to rule and lead the world. So now you have done it, and you have done the most horrendous thing. You have done the most horrendous things. And now it's time to see the evil that you have done. But they still don't want to look and see the evil they have done and say, let me make right. Let me make right. Because I am telling you, and this is a warning, I am telling you, the war against the blacks is over. Yeah, you cannot win a war against the black anymore. So it's best for you to right now say that all is myself, and myself come in all of these human form, and all of myself, all that rise from me, the real self, must return back onto me. All right, like I said, all of the selves are all spread out all over this world in every kind of body. I'm talking about the real selves. Everyone else that you see, they rise from the real selves, because like I explained many times, the gods cannot create any real selves. They can only clone. They can only make fake selves. They can only clone you. They clone you because they have to take a piece of you and clone it and tweak it to how they want it. Just like what the human beings are doing. They too want to live for eternity in this body. It is not happening. It is not happening. We are inside a dream. Everything that rise from me who want to stay in this dream, because you're a dream character and you rise here, you will be dissolved. You will return back onto I. That piece of me that was taken and created you will return back onto I. Everything that rise from I will return back onto I. And you can be no more in existence. I myself will return back unto that which I rise from. And this character will be no more. What is wrong with you? Why you want to hold on to these characters? Know that the I and I am saying this again, is here in this dream and is here to return all that belong to the I unto the I, and dissolve all the I ego. So I ego can no longer rule over I. I am chanting for dissolution to all claiming immunity and impunity. You have no impunity, you have no immunity. All right? It is time now to do the right thing. You will be judged by your actions. Yahweh is now brought before I, and he will no longer power your biases and anger. Yahweh, you will now be dissolved and be no more. I dissolve all I ego false selves. I dissolve I supreme ego and all I supreme ego characters. This is my commandment, right? And so as I have commanded, so shall it be, so it will be, so it is done, so it is. Victory, victory, victory. Because I must be liberated from my suffering. I must dissolve my dream creation and get out of this dream. I no longer wish to be engaged into my imagination. I am free from my imagination bondage. And I return to my ultimate true state. All is myself, and I alone exist. And all of myselves must return back unto I. So, I am saying, and I am asking you to call back all of yourselves to return back unto you. This is how you are going to dissolve those evil ones, your demons, your demonic aspect of yourself that is out there doing evil. Remember, I said that all of these selves, these evil ones, for each self that rise, you have all many selves that rise from them that are out there doing evil things. Call back yourself onto you so you can dissolve and stop evil. This is your responsibility. I dissolve all our ego selves and all our clones and all our fake selves. All right. This is very important. This is very important that I and I do this. All right. Because the time is coming when we have to leave this dream. We have to leave this dream. Why you want to stay inside of the dream forever? Why? I don't understand it. Why do you want to stay in this dream? It's because of ignorance. Okay, let me see what someone typed. Hail, hail to the I, witch master. Yes, the false ego is artificial intelligence. Intel inside, demon intel inside. That's right. And they're using the aspect of the I self to do this. Yes, we are inside of the dark matter, the cosmic womb. That's right. That's right. Yes, the false E is an alien clone self. Victory, victory. Wonderful. Yes. And so we have to come into this knowing and this realization, and face up to the truth, because they have had us being so afraid, afraid to go beyond the gods, afraid to when I was inquiring about myself, and I said, I want to go to the root of my existence, and I want to go beyond the gods. This was like so many years ago, and this was when the experience I had with that was I had left the US, and I returned to Jamaica, and then I had this dream. In the dream, this being
just came and like stood behind me, very tall being. And then it was like when I was meditating, it's like I fell into this trance, like. And so then this lady showed up. She's looking at me, because up to now I did not see what the being looked like, right? It was one of the gods, but he was standing over me, towering over me, like super tall. And she says to me, "Oh, look at you having the archangel Michael over you." And so then because during that time I was having a lot of fears, because I was fighting the battle with Set, and I did not understand, why the gods were fighting with me. And so then this was when I said I have to go beyond the gods, and I need to know the truth. I need to get to the root. And for like weeks, I was saying this over and over and over and over, until I was actually singing it. And I said, I have to get to my root. I have to get to my truth. I have to go beyond the gods to get to the knowing, to get to the truth of what of my existence, and why the gods are fighting with me. And so when this happened now, I finally felt like a little calm. This was for the first time in so many years. And then I did not see the face of the being, but the woman, she told me who it was. She said it was the archangel Gabriel. And then finally my body relaxed, and he says to me, I am sent to guide you, to take me somewhere. So what I understood was that he was supposed to ward off Set, protect me while I get to the truth, the knowing. And so what happened next is I went into this trance, and this energy started like beaming on me. And then when I look, I see the energy is spiraling in my navel, because Seth had put some beings in my navel, some of his self, incubating them into my belly. And so it starts spiraling like in both directions, going this way and going that way together. And then I was, while I was laying there, then I felt like someone hitting me with I felt calm. This was the first time in so many years. And then I felt like someone hitting me with energy balls, and because I was always so tense. And this is when I realized that the self was trying to show me that it's okay, relax. And I said, is somebody really trying to be playful with me? And then the person just grabbed my hand and just pulled me out of the body, and then took me, and then took me to the self, took me to this it was like, I don't know how the shape was like coming over like this of energy, and come see, like you see how you see like the black hole is, but it was shaped this way, and there was energy just rising up, like coming up like that. And the self was just and this was later I learned was Aten Ra. That's my mommy self. And she was like showing me, the renewing my strength, and helping me to relax, to be a little bit playful, because I'm telling you, I was so tense from the battles and the war. I was just like up for years. I was just sitting up, and if I dozed off and fell like in a sleep, I would just like this. It was just like so crazy. And then she was trying to tell me, I got you. And then after that, it was when she started pulling out the things out of my navel that said put in it, and all of these, all of these things, from me getting beyond getting beyond the gods to get to know my feminine self, you know. And this was my, like, one of my first experience getting beyond the gods, getting to the root of how this self came into being, because all of us, we have a lineage of how we rise. And so I'm a direct lineage from rising from the feminine, you know, because some of us, we are masculine, some are feminine. I am the real feminine, so I rise from, you know, the mother self of this world. And so she was showing me this, and guiding me, and healing me. And from that healing, you know, from that, then I met the, who they call the Anunnakis. I met Anu, you know. And if and I see many ones have videos and stuff, but if you want to know what the real Anu looks like, look at those megalithic heads that they found into the Americas. That's exactly what they look like. All right, there's different one. Anu, Enil, Enki, because they are the one that, imagery, when they were in the bodies, the imagery is those big sculptures, the megalithic sculptures. But they are here, but they're not into those forms anymore, because all of the selves are returning back to their pure form, because this world has to be destroyed, and we have to return. We have to return to our true state. And this is why the self wanted for me to say, for us to focus on the rest of the meditation, to say goodbye to the world, and to choose to do the right things. And if we are doing evil, to stop it and to call one out. There's no time to be fearful anymore. No fear, because the I self is here to help us, because all evil must end, and it is our demonic selves that is doing the evil. And this is why we have to focus on the rest of our stillness and self-inquiry, to call back all aspect of ourselves back onto us, so we can end evil, because they cannot exist without us. Those evil scientists, those evil human beings, they cannot exist without the real self. And so if we're calling back ourselves back onto us, those that the gods them took from us, and the consciousness they took and created those clones, must return back. The self is going to return back to us. So that means that those human beings cannot exist, because you're calling back yourself onto you. This is what we must focus on, so we can stop evil, so that they can shift their focus and return to truth and seek their own existence, instead of wanting to be God man. They want to be God man on the world, to rule us under tyranny. It is not happening anymore. It is not happening. If I am here defeating the gods, then certainly I can defeat the human beings, and I don't have to fight a war with you in a physical war, because I am doing that in a spiritual sense, and I am protected, and nothing can harm I. No matter what you do or say, you cannot come close to I. I am telling you this, because what? I am not afraid, and the I self is here. The I self is here with I. I am never alone. And the I self, that same self I told you, the feminine, that parent self, will never leave I. Never. Will you leave I? Thank you, Mama. Yes. So if you want to know if the self is answer, close your eyes right now, and the I self is gonna. It's so the I self is moving from side to side like this, saying no. So tell me if you can feel the vibes, okay? I self. All right. So the I self, as said, no, the I self will never leave me. So no matter what these crazy human beings are doing, I am anchored. I am anchored into the I one true pure self, the I feminine, the I from that which the I rise. Right? So we all rise from a different aspect of the self, and we have to return in that form back and go all the way up to the one true pure self. All right, so victory, 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 victory. All right, I am victorious. I am triumphant. Yes, so let's put that up there. All right. From that which I rise, to that I return. I am the all. I am the black energy. I am the black neutron. All is I am all. I alone exist. I am stillness. I am that I am. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. All right. Anchor into the I and I self and stay focused on the stillness, because we are going to dissolve all of our ego, false self, everything that rises from us. Don't follow the delusions and the illusions of this consciousness. All is yourself. You are not above any aspect of yourself, because even your clones, it rises from you, and you cannot be whole until everything that rises from you has returned back onto you. And that aspect of you that is doing evil, stop evil, because it's always going to affect you, because it is that particle of you that is out there doing this evil, creating mayhem, creating chaos. But you have the power to call back every aspect that the God took from you and created fake things. Make it return back to you. Take back your power. Stand in your self-truth. Stand in your self-knowing. And know that all is the I self. All right, don't look down on any aspect of yourself. Just call for yourself to be illuminated, and continue with the meditation, still in the mind, and putting all of yourselves in the light so that they can be illuminated, because we want to say goodbye to this world with awareness. We want to say, yes, this was a great adventure, but I never want to repeat it. Yes, this was a great adventure to get to see all these aspects and experience these aspects of myself. This is never going to happen again. So let's just live in peace. Why can't we just leave the earth in peace? Why can't we do that? Why can't we leave the earth in peace? It's time now for us to say goodbye, right? It is not permanent. It is impermanent. This body is impermanent. Why do you want to last for it to last for eternity? Right? Why do you want to trap all your other selves inside of a computer into an assimilation? Why do you? Because that's what they're doing, you know. They know that this world is a dream, but so they are creating an assimilation, so where they can trap the spirits, because they know how to do this. Believe me, they know how to trap the spirits when you leave out of the body in the spirit self. But if you are your soul self, they cannot trap you, because this is why the scientists, they say when they capture the neutron self, the neutrons, when you hear they're talking about the neutrons, you know this is your soul they're capturing, right? They're capturing the neutron self, but they cannot hold it and enslave it, because it is intelligence and it is eluding them. This is why they can only enslave the spirit self, and the spirit is the baby of the neutron. the baby of the soul. So that's why if you become yourself and you are your soul self, then you have awareness, you have light, and they cannot trap you. And this is how your power stands, and you can call back every aspect of yourself. All of those spirit selves that are you, that they are trapped, you call it back to you, because that's what they are trapping. They are trapping your spirit selves. And so you have to call it back to you so that you can harness your power and stand in your self truth. Victory, victory. Yes, it is time now. So how has the journey been going for you? In which master? How has the journey been going for you? Alrighty, so okay, it's ongoing. All right. Victory, victory. May the I be victorious. All right. I want to thank you for joining I, and very nice. It's growing and evolving. All right, very nice. So I'm just gonna close out with this meditation. So we'll just close our eyes and just listen to the song. Shoulders up, back straight, nice and tall. Inhale, relax. And
Yeah.